I've sent over 75,000 LinkedIn DMs for the last 2 years. 60,000 of them were follow-ups, and I saw that 80% of sales calls with qualified leads come from follow-ups. So let's have a seat, take a coffee, because I want to show you how to make better follow-ups and book more sales calls. All right, so if you want to book more sales calls using LinkedIn DMs, you have 4 options. Number 1 is you identify better leads. For instance, with Give Me Leads, you send more follow-ups, you improve your copywriting, or you send better follow-ups. Today, I want to talk about follow-ups because most of the message you will send on LinkedIn will be follow-ups. From my experience, having a good follow-up system is probably the easiest way to book more sales calls. So in this video, I want to show you 5 strategies you can use to get more qualified leads with better follow-ups. And don't worry, I will not tell you like you need to send value in your follow-ups, because actually it doesn't work. Now let's see how important it is to make good follow-ups. So let's say that you have a list of leads like this one, for example with Give Me Leads, and that you send 500 connection requests. You have, let's say, an average of 30% of acceptance rate, and it means you can send a message to 150 leads. Now let's say that you send 1 messages, follow-ups and nurturing, and you get 25% of reply. So you have 37 replies. From this, let's say that you have a very good offer and you book 40% sales call, meaning that you have 15 sales call. And at the end, you are kind of good at sales and you have a 20% close rate, meaning you have 3 new clients. So as you can see, with a good offer, you can have from 500 leads, 3 clients. So of course, it depends a lot of your offer, your niche, messages, and so on, but it gives you an idea of what we can do. Now, let's have a look at what happens if you have a good follow-up and nurturing system. So here you have the same number of leads, same numbers of connection requests, DMs and so on, but you increase your reply rate by 15% just with follow-ups and nurturing. So you get from 25 to 40%, meaning that right now you have 60 replies. So with the same number as we had before, you have 24 sales calls and you have 5 clients. So we get from 3 clients to 5, which is much better. And just imagine if you sell like a 2K a month services, going from 3 to 5 is like huge. And this is the kind of result we can have when we have a good follow-up and nurturing system. So now I want to talk about what is a follow-up. So when I started in this space in 2020, I spent a lot of time watching videos on YouTube talking about follow-ups, and I saw some crazy follow-up systems with automation, with the thing to add value and so on. At the end, I think people just overcomplicate what a good follow-up is. A follow-up is just a reminder. I mean, it's really simple, but it's what exactly a follow-up is. You send a message to someone, and now you are in a state where you wait for a reply. After some time, you just send a follow-up to remind them that you are waiting for a reply. And it's really as simple as that. Now, let's have a look at how many follow-ups should you send? So this is the question I probably have the most. When I started sending DMs, I thought I was like annoying people with my follow-ups. So at the beginning, I tried to avoid sending follow-ups, but after like few months, I realized it was like a huge mistake. So I always tell this story that one day a friend told me, the more you send, the more you earn, but don't be an idiot. I quickly understood that more follow-ups means more replies means more sales calls, and more sales calls, more clients. So the thing is, people are like really busy, and we are all busy. Of course, when we get a message, we often forget to reply, and that's okay. So that's why you need a system to remind them you exist and that you expect an answer from them. So now let's go back to the question, how many follow-ups should we send? And it's a good question because you want to be in the mind of your leads, but you don't want to bother them. And when I think about this question, I think we just need to find a good balance between being here and making people bored of you. So you don't want to be like these people who spam the world with boring messages. And from my experience, it's good to send like 1 message and 2 follow-ups. So first follow-ups after 2 or 3 days after the first message, and then you wait 1 week to send the second follow-up. And then we are done. Because if you send more follow-ups, people will just be bored of you. And that's why when someone doesn't reply, I advise you to have a nurturing DMs campaign and you put that lead into a nurturing campaign. So now I want to talk about nurturing, because nurturing is one of the most underrated ways of getting easily more qualified leads. So 97% of the leads in your market are not ready to buy now. However, it doesn't mean they won't buy your service in 3 or 6 months. And this is why you need a system to stay top of mind from these leads. So on LinkedIn, you have 2 ways to nurture people, and no one is talking about the second one. The first one is by doing LinkedIn posts, because people will see your face, what you do, what you think, and your expertise. And with LinkedIn posts, of course, I always recommend you to stay far away from writing boring storytelling posts. Your leads don't care about that. They care about their problems and if you can help them solve their problems. And the second way to nurture people, and absolutely nobody talks about it, is by sending DMs. So when you send DMs here, many people will never reply you, and that's okay. It was maybe the wrong timing for them, they were busy, in holidays or whatever. And my experience shows me that as long as someone hasn't replied something like "I'm not interested," you should send them a DMs every 2 or 3 months. So it's just like to catch up, or if you can send them something interesting, it's really good. So you wait 3 months, and in your message here, you have to send them that they haven't responded yet. So I always use something like, "Hi Vincent, I'm reaching out to you once again because I have this use case study. Would you like to see how it worked?" And with this, it works extremely well because they see that you don't spam them with 8 follow-ups, you respect them, and they are maybe in a new context where they look at a solution like yours. So that's why nurturing is really, really important and it works so well. So now let's talk about what's inside a follow-up. So if you send a good first message with either a strong offer or a lead magnet, you don't need to add some boring stuff in your follow-ups. Your follow-ups have 2 goals. First, to notify them you are waiting for an answer, and second, you want them to check your first message. I tried all the boring stuff like to add value, the social proof follow-ups, or using another way to pitch my offer, but the results were not as good as when I just sent a simple reminder message. I just think people know what a follow-up is, and it's okay that a follow-up has to be as simple as possible. That's why for the last 2 years, I've only sent really simple follow-ups. Like this one, I was wondering if you had time to see my message. So you can see here, I sent a message on LinkedIn 1 week ago. I was wondering if you had time to check the Notion page, and you can say things like, "I'm curious if you saw my message." And the thing is, that's all. You don't need to overcomplicate your follow-ups. Now for the nurturing DMs, I recommend to send something different. Like, "I'm reaching out once again because I have this case study." We mention once again because we want them know that we already sent them a message before. And this trick works extremely well. After sending your nurturing DM, you can send one follow-up, one really simple one, and that's all. Now I want to talk about the most important part of this video, and this part is how do you differentiate yourself from the crowd with your follow-ups. So if you open your inbox and check what people send you as a follow-up, you will see that 99% of people just send text messages. So it's fine to send text messages, but if you only send text messages, you're like everybody, and you will probably not catch the attention you need from your leads. So I don't say that it doesn't work, because the truth is it works, and I'm sending tons of them every day, especially when you have a very strong, good message like this one where my first message is a personalized Notion page. But you can get many more replies by using a pattern interrupt. So if you can send something people are not used to get in their inbox, they will check your message. And LinkedIn is perfect for that, because you can send GIF or images, you can send voice messages, or you can even send a link, which is like completely different from cold email or cold call. So So if you send one of them in your 2 follow-ups, I mean, you will be in the top 1%. And from these kind of things you can send, the easiest one is probably the voice message. As you can see, I sent one of them here. And what you say is just like, "Hi Vincent, I was wondering if you had time to check my message. I wish you a nice day." And you will get tons of replies because people hear your voice, how you speak, and so on. Now for the nurturing DMs, I recommend you to use a Notion page where you just share a case study. For example, we sent this one for a client when I had my LinkedIn DMs agency, and we just said like, "Hi Julia, we made 3 million views during Black Friday with influence marketing on YouTube. Would you like to see how it works?" And then we send a link where the lead can see the case study. So as you can see, it's not that hard to send better follow-ups. And with this kind of techniques I showed you, you can book like much more qualified leads with LinkedIn. Now, if you are interested to get a list of your best leads every week or every month, you can check on the first link on the description, Give Me Leads or SaaS. It will give you this kind of list where you know where people come from so that you can send better messages. And of course, you get more replies, more sales call, more clients. So check in the first link in the description. And I wish you a nice day and see you in the next video. Bye.